Luther's Small Catechism with Explanation, the Black and Maroon edition, copyright 2017, from Concordia Publishing House.
The sixth commandment: you shall not commit adultery. What does this mean? We should fear and love God so that we lead a sexually pure and decent life in what we say and do, and husband and wife love and honor each other.
From the Sixth Commandment, question 69, part A. Why are we, single or married, to respect the fact that God established marriage and created us male and female? Marriage is to be respected by all so that A. Individuals may flourish in modesty and self-control. 195, Proverbs 25:28. A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. 196, Galatians 5:22-23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. 197, 2 Peter 1:5-6. Make every effort to supplement your faith with virtue, and virtue with knowledge, and knowledge with self-control, and self-control with steadfastness, and steadfastness with godliness. Read 1 Timothy 2:8-10, where the Word describes our new life, emphasizing prayer with modesty, self-control, and other good works. 1 Timothy 2:8-10. I desire then that in every place the men should pray, lifting holy hands without anger or quarreling. Likewise also that women should adorn themselves in respectable apparel, with modesty and self-control, not with braided hair and gold or pearls or costly attire, but with what is proper for women who profess godliness, with good works. What does this mean? The Sixth Commandment also revolves around how we are to do things positively, not just negatively for things. And also it reminds us that in the Sixth Commandment, there is an element of that men and women, the way God created us. So he created us male and female. That's how he created us. So we don't have all these different genders or all these different descriptions. As a Christian, we say, this is how God made us, and we rejoice in that. But then also it shows us and helps us understand what self-control is, because we are designed a certain way and we're supposed to keep it this way. Now, sin enters in and screws things up. That is true. We need to recognize it, though, and say, yes, if we have lust, that's a sin. Yes, if we have this temptation to have all these multiple genders, that's a sin. Yes, if we're cheating on our spouse, husband or wife, whatever way, it's a sin. And in the text, you can see that there is an emphasis towards self-control. And I think that's something that in Christianity today people have lost, because people don't want to follow what God says. They want to do whatever they want themselves. And I found this with any commandment that you have, is that we have very plainly what God wants and expects of us. It's in the Catechism, all the scriptures there. And then we say, well, I'm old enough. I'm more, quote unquote, mature enough. I'm in control of my life. I do these things so that I can handle this sin, which is the lack of self-control biblically. In self-control biblically, it means that you are controlling yourself and nothing else is controlling you, especially sin, that you're doing it the way God wants you to. And you lack control if you are addicted to something, or if you desire something more than what God has. You lack the self-control. And this is important, I think, for Christians to maybe work on. It's a good work. So this is something God is expecting you to do, is to be self-controlled. And so as a person who is married, husband or wife, you need to be self-controlled. Self-controlled for your partner alone, not for anybody else in the world or anything else in the world. Not selfish either, that you're sacrificing for your partner. It's a self-control. You go, oh, I need to have these sinful urges controlled. And then the question is, how do we do this? We go back to Christ and we say, please forgive me of my sins. Remind me of my new life in my baptism. Justify me over and over and over again because my sin creeps in. And then help me live out this new life in self-control. Help me to live in step with the Spirit. And that's not only for married couples. That's before you're married, being chaste. That's during marriage. That's in the world when you're dealing with other people, that you say, hey, I have self-control, and it's a fruit of the Spirit. And you can tell godly self-control because it has godly works where you go, oh, this is what God wants me to do, not what I want to do in my sin. So encourage one another with the gift and the fruit of the Spirit of self-control.
The Lord bless your day as well as your week.